entering the game. We're going to be watching through Ralph this time. And hopefully using the fancy overlay, or at least trying to.
Oh, yeah. I guess I can, what blocker do I have for it on my, I can use the War Tree Club one.
Oh yeah, it's okay because there's no delay, so we'll just catch up, and it's a free-for-all, so I feel like it doesn't give us much away.
Oh no, I'm just casting your Discord chat and what your.
Oh, okay.
All right, Twinkie, I'll do it after this, or if there's a boring time.
A boring time. It looks like Leroy is saying that everyone in the lobby is saying they are not going to make this a 2-hour game. So hopefully it won't be a 2-hour game. Cranky, thank you. I'll see you in 2 hours. I'm going to turn off, or I guess I don't have my alerts on anyway. All right, we also have 3 Deli players in this game, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, not really the Civ you'd like to start out with, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel with 3 Deli players. We've got actually a Mongol player. Mecha's playing Mongols, which is expected for him. We got 1 HRE, 1 French, and 1 Abbasid, or 2 HRE actually.
Yeah, and obviously we know HRE is been the typical civilization of choice here recently. One thing I want to look at is there fishing in this, or is no, because it's farms? There's no farms.
We've got an empty ocean.
Love that. Because does that mean people ever utilize water other than like transport ships or maybe military ships, or is it just going to go untouched?
It usually goes untouched. The last game that we saw with the rivers was more of like using as a like crossing, kind of like as a barrier. This is a weird lake placement. I guess you could use this for something if you wanted to put your guild hall out there, if you were really going to be scouting that. Otherwise, I think everything is looking pretty bunched up on the north side of the map.
There's an absurd amount of gold on the map, it looks like, in my eyes, and a lot of resources to the south side. The whole entire northeast is a forest, but there is no one on the south side of the map at all, and the southeast side of the map at all.
Yeah.
So if someone like Ralph, who's Abbasid, they typically go 2, 3, 4 TCs in free-for-all modes. If he does the safe thing and kind of expand down with the House of Wisdom in a hidden part and just builds his TCs down there, I really think he could have the opportunity of just taking the control of the map and building up that way.
Yes. I don't know if you caught the last week. So Ralph has this thing where he decides to build in the middle of the map, which he did last game, which didn't turn out for him very well. So this is his second game. I think he's going to try again. But like you said, he doesn't have a lot of neighbors. So he will have that opportunity. I feel like this is a missed opportunity, though, for King Sniper over here at the bottom, which I think is Zero Cool, is King Sniper.
And is it just me, or was there berries right there?
There was berries right there. Wait. I guess we have berries on the map, which we did take out.
I mean, that's the only berry spawn I see at all on the whole entire map.
Wait, we will let this one go. Oh, I think so. There's some things going on in my chat. Also, hi, Adney. So I think Sniper said there's like a pre-seeded map that was not used. Cleaver has not been using the pre-seeded map, so this is just gonna be crazy. As you can tell, wait, do you see? Also, I'm noticing all the stone like just surrounding this lake in this corner. Do you see this?
Yeah, and what people, BC Cutie is kind of the one who everyone noticed doing a lot, but you drop a keep right next to the stone mine, and then you just start gathering the stone, and you'll mine up more stone than what keeps are worth, so you'll just kind of build up that keep like wall all around the map and take a lot of the control of the map. And one thing we'll notice, we talked about a lot of the deli. Well, the 3 sacred sites are actually pretty close proximity.
Yeah.
But the western one is just gonna, if anyone builds military on the sea at all, like the western one is just not a chance that you can capture it and control.
Yeah, we've also been having, sacred sites typically haven't been captured until later in the game, when more of the players are dead, I guess. Man, this is just so close. I wonder if these three are actually going to team up or we'll get to see an early outing because we're hearing the bell go off. They've got a minute left. I just don't understand why there's so many Delhi players either because while they're like somewhat of a strong civ, I don't know. It takes a while for them to get to their late game. Otherwise, it's really easy to take them out. I don't know how you feel about that. Like if you feudal rush them as a French, they're just like nothing. They're dead.
Yeah. Well, I think they're like the last civ you want to choose in a free-for-all in general. Like in a late game, it's just like it's not that their techs take so long to come in. It's just also their strong unit that everyone loves to utilize the most becomes a lot less useful once everyone else is Imperial, which we know in these giant maps, everyone gets Imperial quite fast.
Yeah, even with the HRE there with their fast castle, it doesn't really matter with the free for all. And what I've been seeing too is that like players have kind of like let each other get up because they can't find each other on the map. So like if I turn like this off where I can see reveal map selected player only, like Ralph doesn't see anything. Like that's all he sees. He sees a line down the center of the map. So we also have to keep that in mind when we're thinking about the players. They can't see, even if they're teamed up, they can't see anything.
Yeah, I guess the reason being is not a lot of people go for scouts at the start because you don't have to gather up sheep. You know, so you want to get your farms out as fast as possible, but what you're sacrificing is vision.
Right.
So I feel like what you could do is if you actually do utilize a scout early on, towers can be utilized so efficiently, or even early military that people aren't expecting to just kind of get the surprise win on someone that is slower to build up.
Right. Yeah, I like what you said about the towers. Like we debuffed them so we could like prevent tower spam like with 9 tiles apart, but that doesn't mean you can't use them for vision at all.
Right.
It looks like I'm trying to see at the teams. It looks like so King Sniper, which is Zero Cool, has teamed up with Ventus. So red and teal are together, which is a smart move. Otherwise, they'd just be fighting each other the entire time. And I don't see, it looks like probably Patty and 50 Clamp are together as well. They've got the same flag, so 2 HRE players. Otherwise, I can't really make out the teams.
One thing I could see happening is if they get vision though, the team you just mentioned of Sniper and Ventus, the red and teal, I could easily see them going over and cornering that blue in the northern side. It would be a very, very easy kind of first pick on the map for them.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like maybe they have spotted like maybe a piece of him. I'm not sure. If we look, let's see what Ventus is up to. Ventus, once this landmark gets down, maybe the Dome of Faith will like kind of see the corner. Oh yeah, it's right next to the School of Cav.
Yeah. And the big difference though is like how will the School of Cav be reacted by? Like will it be one of these situations where we see knights immediately queued up and aggression coming down? Because sometimes that somewhat puts a target on your back almost.
Yeah, I feel like he needs to do Panic Attack needs to do that to get out of the corner. If possible, he's got to take out at least one of these neighbors. Otherwise, he's going to be stuck or team up with them.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's just a problem of real estate. If it's not now, it's inevitable because there's just not enough map for him to do anything with.
Yeah, definitely. He might be the first to go out. I can see Ventus totally sees him right now. But having to like take out 2 players that can make spears quickly is going to be hard for him if he doesn't have a teammate. I don't think he has a teammate. Yeah, there isn't a true teammate here. He has to team up with them. Maybe he's teamed up with them. We just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. One thing, it's kind of the first time for me seeing the start off, it really does show how easy it is almost to get a gold vein and wood right next to your base. That's all you really need to focus on is gold and wood early on. And obviously anything later than that is going to be just more of a benefit. You know, you don't really need stone until you're going for that second TC or castle age.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people have been neglecting the stone now, or I don't want people to forget that you need it to repair your keeps and stone walls. So maybe it's good that there's more stone on the map for the players, but he's definitely not teamed up with them. That's for sure. Ventus is Trying to take out that scout.
Yeah, Scout comes out, immediately gets vision, and notice he was trying to expand his farming. And obviously with the Only Farms tournament, there are quite a bit of farms built, which take up quite a bit of room. And the farms are closer and closer, getting closer and closer to each other.
Yeah. And he's not going to be, he's trying to, no, he's taking out, he's queuing up horsemen. He doesn't have, Panic Attack doesn't have enough for knights, and I don't think he was expecting to be on such a defensive position right in the beginning, to be honest. Otherwise, a lot of players go up to the corner to try to like boom, which we've seen like in the last game. AI Hard was able to stay up in the corner and boom, and like even previous games that corner's been pretty open. I think Ardelion took the corner last time. His first game. So I think that was the hope of Panic Attack, but obviously it did not work out very well for him.
No, and it's one of those, just how you mentioned, like you take the corner, well, the southern corner is wide open. I think that King Sniper, which is Zero Cool, has a villager down there as well. Oh, no, maybe not.
Mecha, I think, killed it.
Oh, that is a way to paint a target on your back. At least in the pro elos, I see quite a bit of times where they'll play their free for alls, and if you jump inside your town center as their scout runs by and they're not paying attention and you kill it, they're gonna go ahead and come after you right when they have military.
Yeah, for sure. Sniper, do you want me to raise Dabson's voice even more?
Oh, do I need to?
No, I can do it from my end on here and turn up your volume for everyone.
It might have been because Najee like jumped over my mic thing and it moved a little bit, and I might not have it optimized anymore where I wanted it.
I can also turn down my volume so it evens out a little bit more. Okay. Well, also Mecha seems to be pushing in on Ralph, who has taken the risk and taken the center placement. So Mecha's probably going after that first blood bonus.
Yeah, and no military buildings being dropped for Ralph, it looked like, and it didn't even look like there was any kind of reaction with military buildings. I think he just kind of started dropping more farms.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if he was, like I said before, I'm not sure what he was able to see. Still nothing. He doesn't have a lot of scouts available, it looks like. So he's just kind of cornered up in the mid section of the map, and Mecha's just taking advantage of him. If I look at Mecha too, Mecha has scouted a lot of the map. Like, this is what I need from players. Otherwise, they're just like, they can't see anything.
Yeah, and there is that one outpost kind of helping out a little bit, but that one Manga Die that's just gotten through is going to cause so much damage. He can just sit there and click the stand ground button, and any villager that walks by is just going to be in a bit of trouble getting rained down fire upon. And there isn't much wood, if you notice, by the base of Ralph, which I think is his main big fallback. Like, this is the primary resource you need, because you're not going to get food if you don't build farms. You're not going to get production. And he has dropped a market earlier, so he might just be trading off some of his resources for wood that he needs.
Yeah, it seems like he only has one villa on wood, which is so dangerous right now because he needs a little bit of military at least to make some sort of push. You know, Abbasid players have a strong spearman, like they have an upgrade. I feel like that they're just like a good unit to put next to some of your maybe vulnerable places, but he seems to not be even focused on that right now. We're gonna head up to the north side though. I see a lot of action happening between blue and red. He's got Spearman out, that's for sure. Maybe Ralph doesn't, but Ventus does.
And we talked about this being maybe the main focus for the team of King Sniper and Ventus. Ventus was just gonna say, hey, let's take this out, take out this guy right above us, and just make this game easy where we can just start expanding down south.
You can definitely tell that they're communicating to. We see another raid also from Paint coming in. So Lotion's on the way up there trying to take out King Sniper. King Sniper seems to have made archers, and then Ventus was going spears. but I don't know if that was a good decision. Now he's trying to drop down a barracks and hopefully get some spearmen out to defend. He lost his entire wood line. Oh God.
Yeah, and that's a huge one of those things that, you know, I always call these invisible spearmen or invisible horseman raids, because, you know, it's like you didn't even see them. They weren't even ever there. They come in, you look back, and all of a sudden all your villagers are gone as well. And he will start noticing once he starts trying to drop a few more farms.
Yeah, let's look at where his res is now. He's down to 7 wood. He's trying to build units too that are wood heavy. He's got a lot of spearmen queued up out of this one civ. So I don't know if I feel like he almost doesn't notice, or is just kind of waiting. Maybe he's waiting to get up enough mass to deal with this. Spearmen are like, also horsemen they're like the fastest unit, right?
Yeah, so those and like most of like the Mangudai and horse archers, I believe it's the 162 movement speed. And I think you hover over.
Yep, here you go.
Oh, 188. Okay. Yeah, no. So they're 188, and I think camel archers and things of that sort are 162 maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the horsemen are definitely the fastest. They're really what you can utilize that mobility very efficiently.
Yeah, this is a strong move from Lotion too to do some early raiding, especially when I don't know if he knows, but these two teams, red and teal, are like, we're trying to like focus on blue, which actually has given Panic Attack a little room to breathe, I think. So. And
I'm wondering if Panic Attack and Lotion have teamed up in some sort.
Yeah, maybe.
It doesn't show as far as like the teaming on the side, but they're at least seeming to like kind of have the same idea. The big problem is that, you know, when we just see that drop down, Ventus is East Castle Age. So those spearmen compared to those horsemen are going to do quite a bit more. And men-at-arms have come out on the field, which you notice the negative damage that those archers do to them.
Yeah, they just literally get one swipe of the sword and they become a lot weaker. I will say though, Lotion is queuing up like a lot of military units, so I think his mass is helping him. If he loses his mass though, it's gonna be game over for him. We should probably check down here and see what.
Ooh, triple ram.
Yeah.
Mecha's definitely going for that finish. The problem is that keep is being dropped by Ralph, and that keeps in a not the greatest positioning, but in a decent one. You can see the structure of the first keep that he attempted to build that got taken down right in front of the House of Wisdom to the right. And Mecha has the vision. He can spot this out with his outpost. So that's still the only defense now that Ralph has built up at all.
Yeah. And I think like it's good that Mecha is kind of building his rams out of range. If we look, like he can see everything, but Ralph cannot see anything. Once again, his vision is severely limited. And yeah, it's just not looking good for him. He's also like really low on wood, like we said before. He's gonna have to keep trading. And if we look at, yeah, his wood's kind of expensive too right now.
Yeah, well, that's the exact thing is, you know, for him, he's been buying wood. The at least benefit, he has 1 barracks out, so that was better, or 2 barracks out. That's better than what we saw before. And he's he's producing a ton of men-at-arms, but he doesn't even have wood villagers to start building houses once he runs out of that. The men-at-arms don't cost any wood, but he just needs more production if he's going to be gathering all of this food and all this gold.
Yeah, he has to send his villagers. Obviously, this is not a safe position for them. He looks like he has to send his villagers all the way down here to get a good wood, or even if he wanted to just do some cheap chopping.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, it was kind of how I mentioned, as the Abbasid, you definitely want to spread out with the real estate. You typically go in free-for-alls. I'm not even joking. You typically see 4 TCs most of the time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where he's stuck on 2. He could have just bought extra wood and put a 3rd TC down next to a whole wooden forest and just queued up all the vills from that onto the wood line and allowed him to kind of build up. Building a Springald, which will help a little bit on the rams, but at the same time, he has men-at-arms mass up, and Mecha's still feudal age. So Mecha will not be finishing this with the mass that Ralph has out and is going to be able to do. Oh, I say that, except he's housed by 30.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. That was actually a very, like, I didn't even notice that because, you know, you're just like, oh, it's a house. But that's one of the strategies that I think people forget. It's like if you take out their houses, which he desperately needs since he has no wood, that's going to hurt. And also take time. Time and wood.
And if he continues to pressure down, unfortunately, like I said, the men-at-arms mass is pretty healthy there, and there's a keep as well. The things about the Rams that people like have failed to realize is like, yes, they're low health, but that's almost an indirect buff to defensive structures. Because when the defensive structures, they only do 1 damage a pop when they're just like arrows, and that's the max damage they do. But when the Ram has a lot less total health, it really doesn't matter as much that, you know, over time, those arrows will add up a lot faster.
Yeah. Especially since, like, even though the Springald was taken out, he's got a Springald emplacement on this tower, Springald emplacement on his keep, which is really good defense from Ralph. Like you said, I think Mecha is going to have to regroup at the center and be careful. Also, it looks like he's getting raided by 50 Clamp, who's all the way over at the other side of the map.
Who's getting raided and keep dropped. That actually looks to be well, as we say this, I'm going to say this looks to be the first game, but I think Panic Attack in the north has a bunch of red on his base as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we're missing, this is just like too much action going on at once. Ventus and King Sniper actually have made the move that we were expecting this whole time.
And at this point, it's going to be a race for first blood. That is the last landmark, I believe, for Panic Attack, unless that School of Cavalry was there.
No, I think that's the last one because he's still at an H2. Oh.
And there we go. Panic has been conquered. So the first execution of the game is King Sniper, Ventus taking out Panic Attack. And I'm sure with the annoyance that Pink has caused for both of them, I would expect them to make an immediately Western push to Pink to disallow that annoyance. But at the same time, can we check back in on Patty and raiding the base of 50 Clamps?
Yes, let's see how it's going on right now. So main TC has definitely, this is not the main, is it the main TC?
Yeah, main TC, because you can see the health bar on it.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. So he's got it. I mean, I will say 50 Clamp has...
It's Vil pull. Patty is pulling Vils to burn the chapel because there's nothing that 50 Clamp's going to be able to do. We don't see any military. It looks like he's dropped an extra TC to the southern side a little bit and has his Vils down there, but I'm still not really sure about what he can do. That is way too many knights, and green is looking much stronger. I haven't really looked at overall population count, but now when you look up at the top side, Patty is healthy above everyone else. He's got 4 relics already in the bank. He's at 140 total pop, and more importantly, he has 5,000 gold in the bank already.
Yeah, especially as an HRE player, that is looking really good for him. I don't know if, let's see, if 50 Clamp had relics, he can definitely change them, but it looks like 50 Clamp has been conquered by Patty as well. So we've got two players already down and out within, I don't know, the first 20 minutes of the game.
And that military mass for Patty is so big that he should be able to steamroll this game. In my opinion, if he plays this right, he could just immediately go take down yellow, take down Mecha probably, because Mecha is still, age behind in age 2, and then just move on to the north side that's been fighting for a while. He has, like I said, 7k gold in the bank, but the 56 military he has aren't cheap units either.
Yeah, they aren't cheap units, but it looks like he's also kind of made himself a little bit safer. He put his Palace of Swabia all the way at the south corner, which we said was completely open. So he must have scouted that.
Yeah, and I love this move because this isn't like what I do a lot of times in these free-for-all. Is exactly what he did with the Swabia. It's like, place a landmark away and then also place a TC away to make that expansion and make like almost a second base. So if you get raided at home, you're still going to be alive and you can relocate. But with Swabia, does like a 4-in-1 because it's that landmark away, but it's also like 4 TCs away as well.
Yeah.
So he would be able to take over the whole entire this bottom side of the map so fast.
Yeah, exactly. The other player that also looks really healthy, speaking of, is Lotion. He's only in castle age right now, but he has probably the biggest military mass to contest patties, and he's also been pushing on Ventus the entire game, and seems like he's decapping that sacred site, and also just, I don't know if he's going to take him out exactly, but causing a lot of pain for both teal and red.
Yeah, I was just looking up at the Vil count graph for teal and red, and they're at 21 and 27 villagers. We're pretty far into this game at 24 minutes and some change, and we just said they're both in the 20s as far as villager count goes.
Yeah.
Not something you ever want to be at.
Yeah, we do see some elephants out, but there's no scholars. I want to check on like what. Let's go to the other view to see if he's getting. So he is getting his upgrades. But what is key, I feel like, when you're sending out those elephants, is a lot of players that I've seen play Deli well have like 3 scholars with their army all the time. Otherwise, it's just useless.
It's the more scholars, the better. I was watching a bunch of the games yesterday when I was casting, and there were times where we saw 11 to 15 scholars with military, and there were so many scholars there that you essentially couldn't even take down an archer unless you had enough to one-shot it.
Yeah, like the scholar spam. I mean, they're pretty cheap too once you have the Dome of Faith. So, you know, sitting at 90 gold, that's not that much, especially once you hit Castle Age, or it shouldn't feel like that much.
Did Ventus just choose to backstab King Sniper because he knows he's about to die?
I think so.
He did. He just did. He just decided that he knows he's about to die, so he wants to get as many points as possible. So he goes for the backstab, but I believe he has another 2 landmarks to take down first.
Yeah, he has the Dome of Faith. Let's see, for King Sniper, main TC.
Oh, actually, no.
Wait, no,
both.
he doesn't. He has.
That's the last one. It's about to go down. Vilpools go to torch down the trebuchets, but 3 of them are still alive, and he needs a couple at home.
Oh my gosh! Will this?
He's on fire.
There's one more trebuchet over here.
He needs to heal it up. There's villagers right next to it.
He's running.
It's on fire. He's pulling vills. No. Heal
He's
it.
not gonna make it. There's no way.
Zero
That last hit. Oh, no. King Sniper. Okay, so he has been last minute backstab. This is what I expected from the last game that I did not see, because everyone was just like, I'm your friend. But Ventus, like, okay, so Lotion, I don't know if Lotion was really even doing anything, or if what the points will go to. We'll have to watch some of the replay.
In my opinion, Lotion did not kill King Sniper there. It was Ventus who took down the landmarks.
Yeah. So that was, I want to see who his, okay, so that was not Ventus secret landmark, but he still will get the ×2 bonus. So he's probably going to be getting 8 points from that backstab. That's actually really smart. See, that's what I mean. That's why we have those rules in place, so something like that can happen.
Yeah, and he definitely at this point, I mean, Ventus, you see what that total population count is over there at the bottom left. There is no way that he's going to be able to do too much in the long terms of this game. He's got some wood in the bank. He needs to, honestly, if I were him, well, I mean, he's got Compounded the Defender over there on the western side. So if that just gets focused by Lotion, that's the next person out of the game, and it becomes just 4 left. 5 left.
Yeah, he's hiding his vills right now. It looks like maybe if he does survive. I think the only way he would survive is like if Patty came in and like attacked Lotion and made him pull back.
He just traded his 1,400 wood for food and gold and made 4 men-at-arms to try to defend this.
It's okay. Hey, those are the bravest men-at-arms I ever did see. You know, going up against these crossbowmen, it's just like, they are so brave. We watch them walk.
It's one of these, and this makes me imagine them just getting loaded up in their armor and swords to just immediately walk off a cliff. They're not even attacking. They just ran and just immediately got taken out and died.
I just am so sad for Lotion. Let's look down here. While we kind of know the ending of this. It looks like Mecha has gone in for a landmark snipe. He's got, let's say, I don't know how many. Let's click on him.
45.
Yeah, 30. About 30. Looks
32 horsemen, and I think there were some knights at some point in the base, but at the same time we see this, Patty is full walling the southern side. He's going to have so much of this map.
Patty's like, okay, guys, he got his points, and now Mecha's trying to get his as well. Once that's on fire, I think he feels like he's leaving it. I don't know. He's trying to kite him back and forth. I don't know.
So I think he realized his army was about to get wiped. He wasn't going to be able to landmark snipe, so he just is trying to pull back away. The problems are all the keeps that Ralph has dropped at this point.
Yeah.
He's just going to still end up losing his army. You know, and the House of Wisdom is so much tankier than typical landmarks as well. And he went with it with. So we do see some transport ship action. I wonder who he learned this from. I don't really know. But just some fun little stuff here, some different things you don't typically see. And Ralph might be a little surprised on like how he's getting those horsemen over. But I believe Ralph pulled some bills, is healing that TC back up, and will not have to have any long-term worries.
Yeah, let's take a look at Ralph's eco. It's not bad now. He's still like low on the wood as before, but he's really stocking up on the gold and the food, or at least once he's trying to heal up his TC and being a little bit more defensive, or I guess offensive, than he was before, trying to take out Mecha.
Yeah, Mecha has a ton of villagers, or traders, I should say. He's at 111 total economic units. It might not be the most efficient trade route he's doing, but still trade nonetheless. He's almost at max pop. And I don't really know why he's going just for a straight up landmark snipe. If he just battles Ralph 1-to-1 in this army composition and just utilizes the right military comp, he'll win this easy.
Yeah.
But I think he's kind of dead set on this back door potentially.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's trying to raid. At least, like, you know, he's shutting down the wood production. He's got to get some trebuchets out there or some type of siege to take care of these keeps, because otherwise these keeps who have 2 emplacements and boiling oil aren't going to be easy to take down.
Yeah, and at this point, we are down to our final 4 players, and Mecha is trying to make it 3. I mentioned that Patty, with the army he had and the point he was at, he should snowball this game, but somehow he's still at 147 population.
Yeah.
When we were talking about this, like, felt like it was 10 minutes ago, he was at 140 population, and I didn't think he's fought anyone. So is he just like not queuing up vills from Swabby anymore, or not queuing up vills from Swabby at all? Like I really am confused.
He's at 88. He did wall it up.
No, he's not. Look at his queue. Look at his global queue in the bottom left. He has nothing.
Yeah. He's got Siegeworks. Siegeworks.
Yeah, so this is really where he could have been at max pop, had probably, I'm not even exaggerating, 20K of each resource in the bank with how far ahead he would have been. Have almost like a lot of the upgrades and still taking more control. But, you know, to each his own. He wanted to sit back a little bit. Maybe he had to go eat some lunch or something, take a quick little break, and then came back.
Yeah, let me see what he sees on the map too, because maybe that has something to do with it. Yeah, I guess he doesn't know where anyone is.
The thing is he doesn't know where anyone is, but he knows where everyone's not, and that's everywhere he's scouting. So he should know that, like, he is free and clear to just do whatever he wants. The biggest thing is, so like, you have one of 2 thoughts in this scenario. You can do the, I'm not going to make any military, I'm going to go to 200 vills. You basically max out all your resources. You make production buildings to be ready for when military comes for you. But then you deplete all the resources. You end up stacking up your resources. So when stuff comes, you immediately transition your 200 vills into like 40 to 160 military, because you can nonstop afford that much. And your death ball is so big that the opponents can't do what you just did. And your opponents can't consistently reinforce unit after unit after unit like you can.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think maybe he's struggling in the wood department. He's got 33 vills on wood, but it looks like it's just like coming in pretty slowly for him. It doesn't look like he's got. No, he doesn't have. Oh, yeah.
And I mean, this is one of the things that if you have 10 vills on a resource, you pretty much should get that upgrade. Like, especially if you're Castle Age, you have so many. I mean, he has 7,000 gold in the bank. Just go ahead and get every single economic upgrade. Go and get every single military upgrade possible. Like, you have more than enough to do whatever with. Go ahead and give some over to Patty, or to go ahead and give some to Ralph over there.
Yeah, poor Ralph. Like, Mecha is like transporting his troops right to the front door, or at least trying to. There's only like 40 troops in there though, so I don't know.
Well, the easy way to finish this for Mecha is just to go up to Imperial Age. Instead of make these all horsemen and have some horse archers and stuff, put 5 bombers in there and then do the horsemen and stuff.
Yeah.
The bombers will just jump out and he'll kill the landmarks in the town center and the House of Wisdom before Ralph can even react whatsoever.
Right. That's exactly what he needs to do. And like I said, even if Mecha wanted, like, even some
He's burning the farms. Look at him.
If anything, his strategy has been like, Ralph, you are not allowed to get wood. Like, he's basically just starving Ralph of wood. That's it.
This is hilarious. He's killing so many farms.
Oh my gosh. Looks like there's some questions. Ventus did get 8 points for that backstab, which we did see in the chat. Cleroy is trying to go through the replay at least and see what's going on, because there's a lot going on in this game. Why is he taking out this? I guess he's taking out this other
town center can't be rebuilt, so I don't really hate this. He should have killed all the vills inside. But at this point, like, we see Ralph's vill count. It's at 46. But the problem for Mecha is that Lotion has now decided to end the game for Mecha. He doesn't want Mecha to live, and even more importantly, he spotted out that trade, so I think he's already killed all of the traders. Mecha was up at like 110, 115.
Yeah.
Economy. Now he's down to 78. So both Mecha and Ralph are struggling right now, and it's just going to leave Patty and Lotion, who've had healthy armies, healthy economies behind this, to just come in for the taking.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I mean, this is why with free for alls you have to be a little bit quick with it all, because otherwise somebody's gonna come in from behind and like do some work like Lotion is. And I think Lotion also, like, if I look at what he sees on the map, that's all he sees too. He's a little trapped too, so he probably just attacked whatever he saw first and like went blindly into the map.
And yeah, the good thing that he's done though is like he's done the good job of keeping his army together and maxed out. Like, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll make like 20 units and then try to go in, and then make 20 units and try to go in. We see he's at 111 military. He only is at 61 bills, but he has 111 military, which just means, you see this again, the opposite side for Ralph is at like 40 military or so. He's at 57, but it's just immediately getting wiped, and this is allowing Lotion's military to just stay alive, nice and healthy.
Yeah, and Lotion has the right counter units too. Like, he may not have brought out any of... Wait, is Lotion playing his... Yeah, Lotion's playing his... He hasn't brought out any scholars with him, but he just happened to have a bunch of crossbowmen, and all that Ralph had was men-at-arms. So it was just like kind of like the perfect storm for him.
Yeah, and now I'm wondering, like, you mentioned it just a second ago. You said Lotion's just kind of attacking whatever's in front of him. It looked like he was going for Mecha, and now he saw Ralph's military and was like, you know what, Ralph? I see you. It's your turn.
Ralph is definitely not looking good. He was sandwiched in between Mecha, but I think Mecha is now turning around. This rogue scout from Patty is just like trying to take out the trade. I think he's still trading though.
Yeah, he moved his Silver Tree down to the corner, which is much better than what it was earlier. And the initial traders, a lot of them did go down, but he has restarted it up a bit. Econ numbers kind of starting to get a little healthier for Mecha, and he's fine with Lotion just kind of making his focus turn towards Ralph, who is definitely hurting in that department.
Yes, Ralph is. Let's look at his res too. I mean, it's not too bad, but it is dwindling. He continues to make men-at-arms, which is an interesting choice when you see like a bunch of crossbowmen right in front of your base. I would expect him to maybe pivot a little bit and make something else, but he probably just doesn't have like the production building set up yet.
Yeah, it's exactly what we saw earlier. He was hurting on the wood, and so he never like got that opportunity that you typically see where people will just drop like 6 of each production building and just kind of start massing out of either of them. He has a good amount of resources, mainly food and wood. So his best unit he could be making right now is probably horsemen and spearmen.
Yeah, and we don't see, let's see, when I like look at Ralph on the non-UI, I can see like, let me click on a villager. Yeah, he's got no stables.
He's got 5 barracks, which is not enough production at 40 minutes into the game. Because the amount of resources you should be producing will just be way too much to sustain that out of just 5 production buildings.
Yeah. It looks like he wool-load an elephant too. Maybe we missed that.
He must have.
He must have stolen an elephant too.
I saw that a second ago and I was kind of confused, and but must have been what happened. And oh my, oh no. Patty is deciding to finally make a move, and look at the amount of army he has. He has 123 army and 12 bombers. So whatever he sees, like, it needs to be massed and armor shredding to be able to do anything against them.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't think Loshin has, well, he's got a huge military right now. I don't know if they're all amassed. They all kind of seem like they're amassed at the center of the map. So if Patty's, I don't know, maybe are they teamed up?
I wouldn't guess so, just by the way that Patty is moving. He kind of looks to be kind of just slowly trying to figure out where to go and where people's stuff are. Because we saw his vision earlier where he didn't really see too much.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh. Wait,
he sees a lot of the production. He sees.
Oh, he's got a scout.
So he's just going for the direct snipe where Loshin does not have any time to react. His bombards, what they're going to do is they're going to set up on each landmark, or what you should do is set up on each landmark and just immediately snipe down every single one of them to not allow any reaction time.
Yeah, and I wonder if they're teamed up because he does or at least neutral towards each other, because this outpost is not going off.
Oh,
and has
torches are out. It's ready to go.
Yeah, there it goes. There it goes.
And the Dome of the Faith immediately gets taken down. The bombers didn't even all set up. The men at arms aren't even tortured.
No, they're just like, well, I'll let you do the work first. They must have been teamed up or something, because, or at least neutral towards each other, because this did not go off until now.
The outpost wasn't towering, so you're definitely correct. But the problem now is, as I mentioned, there's not going to be any reaction time for Loshin. His two landmarks already went down. He's turning back heavily. Those bombards, they should have set up on the multiple landmarks, gotten a little further on, but there still shouldn't be any problem, as there is only going to be 1 landmark left in just a second.
Yeah, that that one blast, like, and also it's good that he kept his men at arms at the back. Maybe he anticipated that, and that set up a really good wall for the army. Hussar Academy is about to go down as well, and it looks like Loshin has been taken out by Patty.
And it's funny, the people we thought Mecha was gonna get, I thought Mecha was gonna get first blood on Ralph potentially, other than that little team up that I called from the start. But I thought that Mecha was gonna get first blood here, and they're in the final 3 now.
Yes.
And Ralph hasn't really recovered the most, whereas Mecha, he has much better. He's at max pop here with the next 3 units that come out, and he's starting to gather a few resources into the bank. Is he going for another snipe?
I think he's trying to go for another snipe. I will say, so Patty took out Loshin completely on his own. I don't know if they were teamed up or yet. That'll have to be confirmed by the players. But he did get an extra 2 points. Loshin was his secret target, so he will get the +2 bonus for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And the horsemen are going ahead and chasing on down towards the southern side. And is he just going to go for some raiding? This number makes me think that he wants to go for another landmark snipe, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might be an overkill raid at this point. Yeah, this is I don't know what Mech is doing, but it's completely entertaining. Like, and Ralph has somehow survived on the center of the map, and he also started to make spearmen, which is good because he'll be able to defend off this horse mass a lot better than. No,
you're not wrong, but I think I see Patty's army starting to make that move across the map. Spots out a little orange, but what's he going? The trade. Uh-oh. Yeah, go to Patty's view. Let's see what he spots out.
Yeah,
he can see the trade.
He sees it.
And is he going to let that go?
I guess.
Or is he going to search for landmarks?
I mean, you know what's a nice thing about the Mongols? You probably know there's a silver tree on the end of that, so you could follow the traders if you really wanted to see where that silver tree is, which maybe he is doing.
The easy thing that I always say to stop trade is just drop a keep next to the market, and then if they're going to be trading, you should know that the silver tree is on the complete opposite corner. They should do the most efficient trade route. I guess you don't always see it, but it should be the idea. And Mecha, he has to transition this horseman mass back home to try to defend up, but our only horseman's going to be at Patty. He's not at max pop. He never remassed up.
Oh my God. He's at 160 right now. I don't think, but I mean, Mecha, I wonder what Mecha has for his upgrades too. I mean, I don't know what Patty's exactly doing right now. He does have to be careful with his
He's going for landmark snipes again.
Yeah. He's got okay, so I think these guys are going to be able to take out the silver tree, right? And then his main mass right here. Oh, a little bit overkill, but...
Yeah, probably want to split those up a little bit. I like how the man-at-arms are sticking on the trade that's running through. What you can do is you can just leave like a couple of the men-at-arms on the route and just put them on hold ground to where they won't just constantly chase and potentially get themselves out of position, and they'll just continually attack. And I guess that's probably what he did with that bombard.
With the bombard is probably... I wouldn't use a bombard for that just because I feel like they're better for sieging down buildings, but, you know, it works. Oh.
Yeah, to each his own. To each his own.
Okay, I think Mecha is like not gonna defend his, he knows it's gonna take a while, I guess, and gonna try to go for Ralph one more time.
Yeah, if he does the typical Mongol thing and just kind of get a third landmark or fourth landmark, one of his landmarks, and just go hide it, then he'll be fine. But he could have just, I mean, I guess he didn't have the opportunity to take this super slow. Oh no. There's only one land. Oh, he's out.
Oh,
he's out.
No. Oh God.
Look at how many horsemen there.
This is the.
They will keep attacking.
Yeah, they will
keep attacking.
I feel like this is a bug, and I hate. This is what happened in another game that we had. It's just like absolutely
all you
stupid.
have to do
He's a
Wololo. Wololo.
Yeah, and he does have.
You can actually attack the units.
Yeah. He is attacking the units a little bit, but they're kind of stuck. He's got to get a Wololo and like soon. For Ralph, let's see. He's got a relic right there. He's got to be careful, and then he'll be able to take all these units too.
Yeah, and this is one of the things. I played a game the other day, and it got down. It was a 4v4 to start out, and it got down to 1v1, and it ended up being where the person I was playing against Wololo'd 3 separate armies, and it was the most frustrating thing because I felt like I was so far ahead, and he just kept getting full unit masses.
Yeah. All right, Clealeray just announced in my chat that confirmed solo backstab elimination from Patty of Lotion with secret bonus. He has taken the lead with 14 points over Ventus, who has 12 points. So there's like a pretty big lead, I guess, with these for Patty.
And Patty, there's a landmark that's already gone down for Ralph. So he has a really easy finish to the game if he wants. And that landmark's at 2,000 health. He could literally go with like 10 villagers and probably burn it.
I know. Oh God, but I don't think he sees it. That's the thing, is Patty is like blind. Oh wait, no, he does. He does see, like, he must see like.
He sees a ton of the villagers. He's got his knights there, and he can easily snipe that out. But
oh, he's building a proxy base.
I mean, it's game. There's not going to be much that we've seen how defensive Ralph has had to be. He has built up quite a bit of military mass, but the big problem is the military mass. It's going to be reinforcing it. It's going to be if Patty just continually throws units in from these stables that he just built. We also know there's 6 bombers on the top side.
Yeah, I don't.
not 6, it's 9.
9, yeah. I think, yeah.
I don't know if that's enough to one-shot a keep, but it's probably pretty close.
I think, yeah, he's just got to get him set up. I don't know why he's going through the smallest entrance.
Yeah, you never really want to put yourself in a choke point. You notice the bombers in the back aren't able to move forward and attack, so he's kind of just put himself down to 2 bombers during this fight. But he will be fine with this fight. He has more than enough units in the mix. Ralph should be the one struggling, especially when it's spears. But those spears with Fanglings will get extra attacks off due to being able to attack over the shoulders of each other.
Yeah, and it looks like Ralph is probably not going to be able to recover a lot of his army. He's still at 100, but they're just so much weaker than these men at arms. I don't know if Patty, though, is Patty sending in more units? Oh,
no, not yet. And he hasn't even sent in those knights yet that he had up there. And the big thing is, you know, Patty's up at 110, 112, and Ralph's is just continuing to just decrease faster and faster.
Yeah.
84. And now more and more military buildings are getting taken out, more production buildings taken out, less spears that are coming in the mix. And really all that Patty needs to do to win this is just start attacking from that bottom side base that he started creating. Yeah, Ralph's down to 40 vills.
Oh gosh. What I am worried about though is like if Ralph decides to just go for the bombards, it's gonna take a little bit longer for Patty to take out this. Oh look, and now the House of Wisdom is up again.
Yeah, it took a while, but if you think about how many resources that actually was, I mean, that's a ton of resources that were just utilized for healing up the House of Wisdom when those villagers could have been gathering resources and doing stuff elsewhere.
Yeah, and 2 of the bombards have officially survived.
And they're just, I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know either.
Move forward to just go up and attack the monk that was right there.
I really want Ralph to just like take these elite horsemen, you know, just like at least like, you know, like if you're like gonna.
It's 44 horsemen.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's almost more population than he has.
He has a mosque right here too. All he needs to do is just get I don't even know, get a, what is it, imam? Yeah.
He has a monk. He had a monk right there to the northern side that finally went down.
Why?
But he had it there. He had one there for a while, and those horsemen would be more than his total population. He's at 28 vills now, and that just is, like we said, continuing to decrease, and he has a ton of resources still in the bank, but isn't really producing. He's just struggling hard.
Yeah, and it looks like Patty's going to go in for one final hit with a big group of knights. He's got around 40 right now, and it looks like that he's continuing to queue them up.
Nashi, get out of there.
Yeah, he's got 26 in queue and 3 more trebs. So he might be just like trying to create a distraction up top, or I don't know, and then push in. It's unfortunate because he didn't scout or have a scout close by. All he could see was the edges. And I think if he had a scout, like Ralph would have gotten taken out a lot earlier.
Yeah, 100%. And as I mentioned, I think Mecha really could have taken down the win if he just transport ship siege instead of just horsemen and horsemen and horsemen. He kind of just got railroaded into that idea and never actually decided to make the good fight, the good opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. He's working his way in towards the TC, so he'll be able to. I don't know what he's running around.
I think what he does is he has his units at home, his stables at home, all the way on the left side, that are waypointed to where his stables are in front, but he never built a gate in the wall on the eastern side. It's just my guess. It's just by the pathing that I see. I don't think he built a gate on the east side, so then the stables on the west are going to path all the way around the lake.
Right.
And it's sad that him trading those knights for the spearmen actually works in his favor. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is very sad. Okay, well, at least like Patty's coming in from the south side. He'll be able to break through that wall with some trebs. It's interesting that he's going, well, let's see what his, he has he can make whatever he wants with his eco right now. And he's not even in pop cap, so yeah, I guess it's just going to be waiting a while for all of this to come through for Patty.
Ralph's
Yeah,
just on the edge.
it's just again one of these games where like being on the outside when you have full view of everything on the map, it's much easier to see everything. But Najee, chill. When you don't have vision of everything, it's like he doesn't know if Ralph has 50-minute arms behind the scenes over here.
Yeah, and Ralph can't even like try to defend in a way where he's like, maybe I'll go for a landmark snipe or something like that, because Ralph literally does not see anything or has not scouted anything. He's got like, oh my God, wait, he stole all the sheep from Mecca.
You gotta make those big moves over there. Wait a second.
He's got a bunch of sheep up on the north side. That's all he has, and then. This is just watching a very, very, very slow death. Oh, he's got to keep his trebs back though and be careful, or at least set him up.
And honestly, the men-at-arms swap isn't working in his favor because they may be tankier, but they don't have that phalanx. They don't trade more efficiently into the knights than what the spears would be doing.
Right. I think people like even if you look at the damage done, like the chart that is like from Age of Empires, like if you look in whatever the documents that the game comes with, it does say spearmen are still stronger than men-at-arms. I think it's just like, you're like, oh, well, this is like an armored unit as well, like a strong armored unit, and you would just expect it to be strong against knights, but it's actually just worthless. It'd be better for him to just make spears.
Yeah, exactly. You're 100% right, and this is where Patty's army is just slowly overwhelming Ralph. Ralph is at 41 total population, whereas Patty, he's at 167. And this is where I was kind of talking about those trades. Even though they're not efficient trades, they're still working fine for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be burning houses though at this point.
No, he just needs to go straight for that House of Wisdom, which I don't even know if it's like in the range of that keep. Now that the keep is done, he can just go right over there. I don't know why. He does not.
Not to mention the like 20 vills that Ralph has are inside the town center now. And, and this is we're just gonna tick down the clock here.
Slow death for Ralph. Ralph is just like, okay, kill me, buddy, please.
Yeah, it's just like, he doesn't want to forfeit. He might think that it's negative points. At this point, it's only 1v1, so it would not be negative points for him to give up.
All right, oh my gosh. I'm like, just go for the House of Wisdom. There it goes. The trebs are actually getting hits on the House of Wisdom. I think Ralph is completely tapped out at this point. Maybe he was making men-at-arms because that's all he can make. He's down to 145 wood, 25 vills, military of 3. And he taps out because he's not going to lose his 4 points. This is the last 2 players. They're allowed to tap out whenever they want. It looks like there's some interesting conversation in the chat as well. That was a lot quicker of a game than before, so just underneath an hour, which I appreciate from the players.
That was kind of in line with what I expected as far as like the backstabbing goes. Obviously, with the game before that, it was not how it worked out. It did not end up turning out that way. But with this game, we did see some very, very good time backstabs.
Yes, we did, especially with Ventus. I think that was a strategy that, when you're about to die, you're like, who can I backstab right away? Or like, at least like, who can I get points from? Or how can I score a little bit in the beginning? That's what's helpful. So good for him for getting that bonus as well. I'm like, just gonna see what we're at with looks like Patty sweeped that game. I think Cleroy has been looking over the replay, and Patty with 22 points, which is kind of the highest one we've had in a while.
Yeah, and I won't say I kind of called that, but when he took out his first person, I said he has enough military to take out every single person on the map. And he didn't quite do it as fast as how I would have wanted. And he also felt like he kind of went for a 10-minute lull and went to sleep for a bit. But in the end, he did end up doing with what I expected, which was, just start steamrolling everyone.
Yeah, I think this is where we see the break right here on the villager count. It never got over 91, it looks like.
And I that is what I don't understand. When you have that much map, he could have just changed that up and flipped the switch a lot. But
either way, look at his res comparatively to Lotion, who I thought was the only other player that could have taken him out probably at this moment if they really wanted to, but his army just wasn't at home. So That's why he wasn't able to defend. What? That's true. Let's see what else. Military. Ralph says in chat, like, I guess Ralph is like, turns out the middle of the map works very well. I guess if you want to get attacked the entire time.